Hey guys, it's Christian here. Today I want to talk about a topic that I believe every beginner should have really clear in their mind. So, if you're starting to make money online for the very first time, you're at zero and you haven't earned your first dollar yet, or you're between 0 to 5K per month, then this video is going to be really helpful for you because a lot of times online you're going to see people talk about being millionaires or billionaires and talk about how they work all day, every day, like every minute, every second of their waking time, they're working. And you might believe that you should do the same, right? You might believe that that's the right way. And there is like some ways that you can work all day and be productive. But there's also some other ways where you can, work 5 hours, 8 hours, like less hours than 16 hours a day and still be super productive and still accomplish the goals that you want and still do the things that you're hoping to get from like, starting an online business or starting this online money skill, right? So first, let's talk about the difference between working a lot of hours and doing focused work. So there's like one thing that you can do. You can work 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day, and only sleep like 8 to 6 hours per day. There's a lot of pros and cons to working all day, every day, and to try to multitask. But one thing that's for sure is that some people just get better momentum, right? Because they feel like if they're not working, then what are they doing? Or if they feel like they're not working, they're slacking. So they have the necessity to like work every single minute of the day. And you might be one of those people. So if you are one of those people, then by all means, go ahead and do it. It's going to be better for your mindset. It's going to be better for your confidence. And you're going to feel like you're doing better work every day, right? But just know that it has trade-offs, right? Because you can't maintain the same intensity for 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day. So there's going to be days in your work schedule that you're going to have more intensity, right? The mornings you're going to have more energy, you're going to have more clarity, you're going to be more focused than those work hours later at night, right? So you have to kind of understand that your first half of your day is going to be better than the second half of your day. But that doesn't mean that on the second half of the day you can't get work done, you can't be productive and advance things, right? So that's one way that you can work. That's like one philosophy that a lot of people follow. But there's also another philosophy that a lot of people can become millionaires doing this, right? Or become successful, in sports or in other like realms of like, competition, right? And it's by compressing time, right? So let's say, for example, you can only train 4 hours in a day, for sports, for boxing, or for whatever it is that you do athletic wise. Or let's say you're working on business, but you also have a family, or you're working on this online skill, but you also have other side goals that you would like to accomplish. You don't want money to be the only thing that you focus on. Then what you need to do is you have to realize that you can't devote 18 hours a day. You can't devote 16 hours a day to just business and just the money and to sit on your laptop and stay in the office all day, right? You have to be super quick with your time. You have to be super efficient with it, right? And the truth is that most millionaires don't work 16-hour days or 18 hours a day. There's like a few that do, but that's a minority. Most of them are really efficient with their time. They have teams, they have employees, they have systems, they have automations, they have AI tools. They have all these kinds of like things helping them to compress time, right? They want to do work, they want to have output, but they want to use other people's time, other people's labor, tools, software, AI tools in order to do work faster, to do more work per day, right? So you have to realize that most millionaires actually don't work 18-hour days or 16-hour days. They work more hours than like somebody that works 9 to 5. They work more than 40 hours most of the time, but they don't work all day, every day, right? They're just more efficient. They have more leverage with their time, with their resources, right? That's why they can make a lot of money, even though they're not working every single day, every single like minute of like their waking time. So you have to realize that what you have to do in order, when you want to compress time is in the beginning, you're not going to have money to hire employees. You're not have the best money to like invest in tools, software or like whatever you need to do your work, like automated and delegated. So what you have to do instead is you have to focus on just being really focused and being really conscious when you're working, right? So let's say, for example, you have a job right now or you go to university. So you don't have like your full time to like work on your business. You might only have 4 hours or 6 hours per day. What you need to do is you have to make this 4 hours work as much as possible, right? So they have to be 4 hours of focus. They can't be 4 hours of, on the computer, laptop, doing some outreach, doing some videos, but also watching the football game on TV, listening to the basketball podcast, listening to music, that has like lyrics and is distracting you, listening to this like funny podcast or this comedy show, right? You have to like do things one by one, right? you can't multitask and watch entertainment and watch sports while doing the work, right? Because what's going to end up happening is that you'll have 4 hours to do a task, but you won't do it so focused. So what's end up going to happening is that maybe this task could have only taken you 1 or 2 hours if you were 100% focused, but because your time and your attention is split up, it takes you 4 hours, right? So instead of taking you 1 hour, it took you four, right? So now you have like 4 hours that are gone when you could have just done 1 hour of focused work, and that would have given you 3 extra hours to do more tasks and to progress faster, right? So when you look at it this way, you realize that being unfocused makes you do less tasks, and the least amount of tasks that you do in a 4 hour work week or 4 hour work block, what's going to happen is that you'll just progress slower. You'll make money. You'll hit your income goal slower. So it'll take you longer to hit 10K, 100K, $1 million, right? All these milestones are going to take longer because you're doing less work per day because you're less focused, right? So you have to keep this in mind that if you have limited time, you have to compress it as much as possible. And in the beginning, when you don't have money, when you don't have employees, you don't have team, it's up to you and your focus and your attention span to compress time, right? So, like I said, turn off the TV, turn off the podcast, turn off music if it's distracting you and listen to like instrumentals or listen to no music if necessary and just focus on the work, right? Because let's say, for example, you could do 4 hours every single day of high quality work. With 4 hours a day, that's going to be enough to hit 5K per month. That's going to be enough to hit 10K per month and then be able to quit school or be able to quit your job or be able to do this full time, right? So 4 hours is all you need, right? If you don't have like all day to work on your business, 4 hours is all you need. That's all you need to be able to make 5K a month, 10K a month, and be able to quit your job. And once you've quit your job, now you can work more than four. You might be able to work 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours or more, right? So right now, what you need to do as a beginner, someone who's made $0, or maybe someone who's made, somewhere between 0 and 5K, what you need to do is just focus on getting the work done really fast and really focused, right? So think about how much time you have in your day. You might have 4 hours in your day, you might have 6 hours in your day, but make those 4, 6 hours super high quality, right? If they're super high quality, you're gonna progress faster than most people because most people, they have 46 hours just like you do. Maybe they go to school, maybe they have a job, and that's their free time, right? But what they do instead is they waste their free time hanging out with people. They waste it on distractions like video games, TV or things like that. Or they do try to work, right, with those 46 hours, but they do it half working, half like distracted, right? So those 4 hours or 6 hours that they spend, they're not the highest quality hours. They do a little bit of task in that 4 to 6 hours, and they just don't progress fast. And they'll hit their goals eventually, right? But nowhere near as fast as like they should if they just put those 4 to 6 hours of high quality work. So basically, that's what you have to do. Think about your day. Think about when you have 4 to 6 hours of time, or maybe you have 2 hours, however many hours you have, and try to make these hours the highest quality possible. Try to focus on this. Like, try to make this. Just realize that like this is like the most important thing you can do right now because those CEOs and billionaires and millionaires that you see working 16-hour days, that's like their life. That's like they don't have a job, they don't go to school. That's all they could dedicate their time to. And they started with only 4, maybe 6 hours of time, and they were able to ramp it up, right? They got more money, they got more resources, more team, more software, more leverage, right, and more knowledge for themselves too, right? And now they can operate at this level. For you right now, you don't have the brain, you don't have the physical capability, you don't have the attention span to be able to do 18-hour days. Like 18 hours days of like high quality work, you don't have that in you right now because you have to start from 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 and move it up, right? So that's all I can tell you in this video is just to focus on getting your 4 to 6 hours of focused work. Try to limit the distractions and also try to monitor your time, right? Let's say, for example, at the end of your 4 hour work session, you think to yourself, okay, write on your journal or just reflect. Was I distracted? Did I work as fast as I could have worked? Should I have done more? Am I working too slow? Am I losing focus? What's distracting me? What are the problems or what are like the people in my life that are distracting me? What can I do? What can I do to solve that? What can I do to like kind of take away these like troubles and all these like things that take away my focus? Like what can I do right now, right, to make this better, right? So every time you do your 4 to 6 hours, just reflect, try to see where did I get distracted. Maybe the noise outside distracted me, so I have to put headphones on next time. Maybe this music was a little bit too distracting. Maybe I should put different music next time. maybe like I should put my phone in a different room so I don't get distracted. Maybe I need to close out some of my Instagram accounts or some of my tabs on my computer so I don't have to keep switching tabs all the time, right? You have to find out what you could do better and realize it's an ongoing process. It's going to be something that you're going to improve over time. Like I said, you're going to be able to maybe work 3 hours focused, then it's going to be 4 hours focused, 6 hours focused, and you'll be able to ramp it up, right, over time. So that's what I want you guys to do in this video. That's kind of like the main topic I wanted to discuss is the difference between 16 18-hour days and focused work, right? And focused work is what you should start with, right? Because it's going to get you the highest leverage and it's going to do the best for people that have, time restrictions, which you probably have because you're probably still a student, you probably still work a job. So you're really, tight on time. You have to be really efficient with it, right? So anyways, guys, this is kind of like a beginner topic that I want to talk about. It's more about time management, time efficiency, and it's really important. Like this is like, in my opinion, it's one of like the five more important things to making money online as a beginner, right? It's being super efficient with your time, knowing how to organize yourself. And it's really basic, but it's really important, right? So that's why I want to talk about this in this topic or in this video, I mean. So anyways, guys, if you enjoy these videos, just feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe so I can hit 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, keep moving up and basically, share my message with more people. And also make sure you guys like the video because this makes it, recommended to more people who like similar topics. It lets YouTube know that this is a good video and more people end up benefiting from this advice. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.